All right, Shara was at the Taz in 2006, and it goes as follows. In the comics, Bullseye had an adamantium enhancements, and at the end of the OG show, he was getting surgery. Probably wasn't adamantium, though, so that helps him survive the fall. Pure hate. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Personally, if that is the case, then fine, because adamantium did get confirmed in the MCU, but I'm not too sure about the timeline of Daredevil, so there's that. Anyway, let's get into the Bible verse and then the main video. All right, our Bible verse comes from Psalms 37:16, and it goes as follows: A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. Again, that is Psalms 37:16. Now then, main video time. All right, time to crack open some Absolute Flash. Holy shit. Oh my god, what the hell? What happened to Barry? Who the hell is these guys? What is happening? Why are we skipping over in time? And who is that anyway? All right, so Absolute Flash. You know what's crazy? I genuinely love the Flash. I like speedsters. I like Kryptonians. I am a very, 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 very simple man. If you can run fast and you look cool doing it, I'm with it. I'm with it. I've always been with it. You know what's really what it is? It's Smallville. It really conditioned me to enjoy people running a lot more than doing anything else. I know, right? It's crazy. Running and being strong is like my favorite thing when it comes to anything. But as far as like, you know, the overall point of the video, obviously, let me get back on track. I think for me, the Absolute Universe has been a mixed bag with me. Like, you know, I enjoyed the first like issue of Absolute Batman. I found Absolute Superman very middling to me.
What?
I even fell off of reading it for a while, but I'm gonna get back into it, obviously, because I did just make that whole video. But yeah, I enjoyed Absolute Superman. I just don't like certain things about it. It does feel very weird. It's very interesting. And I know it's made by Darkseid. It's a whole entire universe made by Darkseid. So it's like, it's not going to be the best adaptation of certain characters. But in the metatextual sense, it's literally just a way for the writers to just make their own type of Batman, Superman, and Justice League in general the way they want to. You know, you could say, oh, it's Darkseid, so it's gonna be darker, but it's like, dude, these are the writers. Like, come on now, like, stop it. So yeah, it starts off with like Wally, and like people say they're like, oh, there's not gonna be a Barry. And they're half right, kinda. So as far as not being a Barry in this universe and not having like a traditional Flash family, in a way it's like a pseudo Flash family, but like more of a like a wink and a nod to like the Flash family. Like, for example, Barry's role, he's more of a mentor figure than an uncle. He's not related to him for real. He kind of just like cares for this random 15-year-old kid that works with that is related to his boss. It's so weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's really weird. Like, to be honest with you, I don't get the attraction. I don't get the appeal. Like, I get it, he's a brilliant kid or whatever, but even then, come on, man. Like, you're a grown ass man. Like, tee up, get some big. For me, I think that personally, the Absolute Universe is cool. I like the way the art has been for Absolute Flash. I know it's only been like one issue, but dude, this is great. Like, something about the Absolute Universe is like, their artwork has been consistently interesting to me. And by interesting, I don't mean good or bad. It's just been different with all 3 different releases. Well, 4 technically. It's like each one is drastically different, but obviously they're in the same universe for sure. It's just dependent on the artist who's working on said project. But I think aside from that, yeah, I like it. I like this version of the Absolute timeline the most, if I'm being honest with you. And it could be because the colors pop so much more. Like, it's so vibrant considering how freaking melodramatic this story is, especially with Wally. Like, he's dealing with a lot of like anxiety issues, trauma, abandonment issues, and things of that nature. And of course, the ever so prevalent daddy issues that happen with every superhero. Yeah, he's dealing with these issues. Like, his dad is distant, you know, they move around from city to city because of his work with not Star Labs. Okay, I forgot what the name of the generic science lab was. Just put it into whatever, I don't know, just Google it. So yeah, it is cool to say the least. So yeah, our favorite Ginger is just pretty much just going here with day to day. And what this comic does, it does skip around in time a lot. It goes back and forth between present day and like a couple days ago. And that is okay. I like the way they structure it. I think it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world for me.
And that's a fact.
And we do get introduced into his Rose Gallery, or, you know, in a different life, his Rose Gallery. You know, we have Captain Boomerang, Golden Glider, Captain Cold, and I think that's it. There's a few other ones, but like, I don't know who they are and I don't care. You know, generic 1 and generic 2, whatever, go off. So yeah, I think in general, Absolute Flash might be my favorite Absolute universe right now. If I'm being real, and again, like, look, I love Superman. Bro, he's still on my chest. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the guy. But the problem is the story they're using with Absolute Flash is just a bit more interesting, and the art style is a bit more dynamic. It feels more comic booky. Like, I like looking at it more, I like reading it more. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, Barry's concept suit when he was in the containment lab is OD hot fire. Like, that shit is lit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And I like the fact that Wally takes it like and puts it on like as his suit. Like, bro, like, come on. Like, I see what you're doing, Absolute writers. I see you and I approve, like, personally. So yeah, that's cool as far as that. And anything else as far as like my criticisms and like comments and or concerns about the Absolute universe, I think for me, it's nice that they're being a little patient with the Absolute universe. Like, they're not trying to rush anything crazy. It's like each individual story is their own thing. Like, you can pretty much like pick one up and not have to read the other one. Like, it's not like a giant consolidated thing yet. I say yet because, like, come on, it's a comic. They're going to clash eventually. They're in the same universe. But I like for right now, it's so personal right now. And I dig that a lot. It is something that I enjoy on a personal level. Like, it's all there to enjoy. Now, am I upset about the lack of Alan? You know, the lack of Barry Allen? Personally, I don't lie. Like, I don't care. Like, it's like when I think Flash, I'm used to Wally. You know, and like on a meta level, like, Wally has been the most, you know, in your face version of the Flash. Like, he was the main Flash, whether it be animation, whether it be like, you know, TV, or even just again in the comics. Like, yeah, no, we're just used to Wally more. And like, when you get Barry, people, you know, have a lot of, you know, love lost for like, you know, the CW's Flash. And I'm like, hey man, look, let it go. You don't have to let it rock, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, let it go. It's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the first 3 seasons of The Flash. After that, it literally just turned into dog. You cannot convince me. Like, you know how, like, I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. It's not that video for today. To consolidate my points and to just wrap it all up, yeah, for me, this first issue gets a solid, like, I would say 8.5 out of 10 for me. It was really that good for me. Like, I won't lie to you. Something about reading it just made me feel good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why, because again, it's a very dramatic and melodramatic story in the first issue. It deals with a lot of angst and a lot of teen angst more than anything else. So if you like that, then you're gonna love this. If you hate it, honestly, Absolute Batman is right there. You feel me? Like, go for it. Do your thing. I'm gonna let you cook. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Absolute Flash issue 1. Or, you know, like book 1, or however you want to say it, you know, in American terms. Do your thing. I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace.